Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, that's really hot. Um, Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the space. Welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. Our time of meditation this morning, about 15 minutes. I'll have a short reading, and then we'll go right into a period of meditation. All told, about 15 minutes, and I'll guide us out. So we're glad you are all here with us, everybody online, everybody here in the space. You just kind of settle back wherever you are and take a deep breath. I have a short reading this morning from Marianne Williamson's book Illuminata. It's entitled A Way In. And she writes, I see in my mind a little ball of golden light. I watch this light as it begins to grow larger and larger until now it covers the entire vision of my mind. I see within this light a beautiful temple. I see a garden that surrounds the temple and a body of water that flows through the garden. I see that inside of the temple is lit by this same beautiful golden light, and I am here. For I have been drawn here by the power and in the presence of God. I dedicate my days and my relationships and my experiences to you. May your spirit, which is within me, so guide my thoughts, my feelings, and my perceptions of all things, that I might grow into a happier, more peaceful, more loving human being. Illumine my mind, illumine my life. Amen. Let's just take that inside with us, that image, that temple, and simply be present. Hmm. gently with the breath. Coming back to center, back to the space, with a sense of gratitude for this time. Wiggling our fingers and toes, and when you're ready, just open your eyes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. And we will be back at the top of the hour with our full service. So look forward to seeing you there. I just didn't ask directly. Yes, that's right. They're in Hawaii. Yep. Not yet. Not yet. Good morning, everybody. Here we go. Everybody up. Come together. Heart and soul as we love together. Young and old, we will sing together. Together in one song. Come together from different worlds, we are drawn together. In our own way, we can pray together. Together we are strong. I see God in you. You see God in me. One path, one vision, one family. Come together, dreams and hands we will join together to build a place we can grow together. Together we are whole. All right, everybody have a seat. Thank you. Welcome and good morning. Welcome to the Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Lee Height, and I am glad each and every one of you are here in the space. And all of you out there online, we're glad you're here as well. Welcome especially to anybody who is here for the very first time. We welcome you, and I'm grateful that you are here too. If you'd like to stay up to date on what's happening here at the center, we do have a mailing list. You can sign up online, or you can sign up online using the QR code, or just go to the website. Or you can sign up in the lobby with a pen and a piece of paper, and we can take care of you there too. You can also find us on Facebook and watch our live stream on Facebook Live or on YouTube. You can watch those on Sundays or later. We post recordings edited down. Monday or Tuesday, those recordings go up, and there is now a replay every Wednesday. Is there a specific time for that?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Replay 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. So we look forward to seeing you there as well. Let's see. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. All those places you can find us. And did you know that you can check in at the Scottsdale CSL if you're active on Facebook? You go onto Facebook and check in, hit the check-in button for Scottsdale CSL. You can find us there. We have a wonderful community here at Scottsdale CSL. We're glad we are gathering together to learn and grow together as a family and deepen our spiritual connection with life and with each other. With that, we also have a mission and a vision and purpose for being. So if you could join me by speaking that into the service this morning. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. Our vision is a world that works for everyone. Our purpose is to awaken to our spiritual magnificence. And so it is. So, in the good news department this morning, we have a story about exercise. Regular exercise can lower the risk of cardiovascular disease as much as a quarter, in part by lowering stress, according to a new study. The research revealed that exercising helps to reduce stress-related brain activity, which is associated with the development of cardiovascular disease. And a study of more than 50,000 people found that those who met workout recommendations of 150 minutes a week had a 23% lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease. And those with stress-related conditions, such as depression, exhibited the most benefits from exercising. Experts say, in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, that it demonstrates how physical activity can lead to beneficial effects in the brain. To assess the mechanisms underlying the psychological and cardiovascular disease benefits of physical activity, the researchers analyzed the medical records and other information of 50,000 participants. A subset of 774 participants underwent brain imaging tests that had measurements of stress-related brain activity taken. The study at Massachusetts General Hospital found that over an average follow-up of 10 years, 12.9% of participants developed cardiovascular disease. Those who met the physical activity recommendations had a risk of developing disease nearly 23% less. So there you go, friends. New studies on exercise yet again. Not just the physical benefits, but the mental benefits as well. So there we go. All right. And with that, we will shift gears and go into our invocation. If you'll join me. As we turn within, we recognize the one power and presence, the infinite life and spirit that is God. An infinite spirit of love, of joy, of peace, and of power. And as we join together here this morning, we invoke and evoke a blessing of love on each and every one of us and anyone practicing any faith of any kind, anywhere, in this moment, at this time. There's so very, very many paths up the mountain. And so as we turn within, we join with each and every one, knowing that an infinite spirit of love and joy and compassion enfolds us and lifts us up right here and right now. As we gather together to celebrate life, to celebrate love, to celebrate spirit, to celebrate this infinite presence as it expresses as each and every one of us right here and right now. We allow love to point the way, knowing that the light shines forth within each and every point, and that point is within us. And so we know together that it shines forth now, blessing, healing, prospering, and lifting up each and every one of us. So we are so very, very grateful for the presence of each and every person, for those participating in the production of this time we have together, for all of our volunteers, for all of our members and congregants, whether they are here or somewhere else at this moment. We know that we are family, we are one, and we celebrate together. And so with gratitude, we go forth into this time knowing that all is well, that life is good and very good. And so we let it be. And so it is.
You are a blessing. You are blessed. 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 You are a blessing. You are a blessing. You are a blessing.
Good morning.
Morning.
Our announcement, so for everyone, once in a while, God allows you to stub your toe as a kind reminder to be grateful for the miraculous body attached to it. By Rochelle E. Goodrich. Would anyone like to share a brief gratitude today? Oh,
Good morning, everyone. I've been blessed because my neighbor has a little dog and he's 5 years old, and I never get out in the daytime. I'm busy working and doing to the gym and do that stuff, but he can't take the dog walking. So I've been walking Budgie twice a day for half an hour, and Budgie's life's great, but my life is really better. So it works for everybody, and I'm really grateful. It's so much fun.
thank you, Diane, right? I have something to share. I want to thank Reverend Lee and Katie for embarking me in helping on a new endeavor. I had to get out of a situation and put into a better situation. And I want to thank them for helping me. So I'm very grateful that I have them being a part of my life. So to get your tickets today for next fundraiser on May 11th, when Joe Hammer once again brings his Outcasters group to entertain and delight us, tickets for dinner and the improv show and scripted are on sale today. Buy your ticket today to enjoy a courtyard salad extravaganza. Think sweet tomatoes buffet line complete with a wide variety of salads, baked potatoes, macaroni and cheese, desserts, wine, and beverages. This will sell out quick, so get your tickets today. Our sister center, West Valley CSL, is hosting a men's retreat May 10th and 11th, and all Scottsdale CSL men, are invited to attend. Leave your info at the desk to receive more information. After Reverend Lee's talk this morning, he'll open the mic for your questions or comments about today's topic. And we have a basket of pens and scratch pads available on the front table if you'd like to take notes during service. And then we love music at Scottsdale CSL. And today we welcome Shine Down.
Yeah, good job. Yay. How much room? How much room do you have for being human? How much space can we hold in our hearts and in our minds for coming up a little short, for making mistakes, for not quite hitting the mark, for maybe not being as kind as we might want to in a given moment, for not fully embodying and expressing whatever that image we have is in our minds and hearts for what that divine idea of us is. I know in my life there have been challenges that, I don't know, I might be the only one. I suspect. Well, I'm probably not. How many of us are our own worst critic, harshest critic? I am my own harshest critic. I know I am. And it can be challenging, right? It can be hard. Ever since I was very young, I've been hearing about how there's this divine idea of me just waiting to get out and play. Right? How there's a better version of me that is yet to be born. How there is this greater idea of me where I am. And I, quite honestly, it's been a long time since I even bothered to stop and write down what does that look like. There's just this vague notion of being constantly peaceful and constantly joyful and constantly happy and all the things, right? I walk in my house and it's perfectly clean all the time. The dishes are always done and the kitchen counter is always sparkly white and tidy. And my car always runs perfectly. And I go on any vacation anytime I want to anywhere in the world, and I write a beautiful book, every 6 to 9 months, and it goes out as it's a bestseller. And I speak on stages, and I get paid $20,000 a pop, and all the stuff, right? We have this image, that was just me just rambling on, the thoughts that have popped in my head. So, what happens when I come up short? What happens like this morning? I'm just going to give broad brushstroke. I'm sitting out in the backyard. I'm literally writing the last 20 words of my talk on my page, and I hear door slam, thump 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 down the stairs. Open the window or open the sliding glass door. Hey, honey, da 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 da. And I'm like, what? And can we not da 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 da? And we find out later, neither one of us had all the story, and but it was this thing, and so there was this space, and or this atmosphere going on for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes ish, something, before we sat down and worked it out, and learned that we could have both have been more compassionate with each other, which is the topic. We both could have been more compassionate with each other as we move through that. And guess what? We're human. We make mistakes. Sometimes we don't stop and take that breath. and say, okay, what's really going on here? What's really happening here? The Oxford Dictionary, which is my new favorite dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary defines compassion as sympathy and concern for others. Sympathy and concern for others. And I would say, and I would add to that, for ourselves. Okay. We set these standards for ourselves. I have set the standards for myself. And I am more than welcome and am more than capable of holding them and saying, you know what, it all doesn't have to happen now. I can have a vision. I can set an intention that says, this is the direction I am headed. These are the things that I see myself doing. These are the things I see myself becoming. And they don't have to happen today, right now in this moment. I can hold a vision for them and take steps towards them and have the space in me that says, you know what, I'm learning and growing. I love myself the way I am. And still there's growing to be done. I can love each and every one of you unconditionally just as you are. And in the same breath, know that, hey, there's still growing to be done. We're human. We find that space where the human and the divine are integrated within us. They both exist concurrently as us in a state of constant evolution, expansion. They do this, the human and the divine do this dance together where we're constantly improving. It's like getting on the elliptical machine and hitting the rolling hills button, right? Where it goes up, a little harder, a little easier, a little harder, a little easier, a little harder, a little easier, right? We get those times of effort and then goes times of relax, the times of effort and the time we kind of back it off. That's the growth cycle. That's how we get better. And so having compassion, holding and using compassion as a tool in our spiritual growth, as part of our process, says, hey, I get to be both. I have to hold both. And they're not exclusive, they are inclusive of each other. The divinity is the foundation from which our humanity is expressed. Right? Our divinity is the source of our humanity. They're not separate from each other. They work together. The Dalai Lama says this: love and compassion are not, hold on. There we go. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. How? I mean, if I'm constantly nitpicking and saying, well, what about this? And how about this? And how did I come up short? And I made this mistake and I made that mistake. And am I focused all on that without saying, hey, this happened? And so instead of leaving the towel in the dish drainer, how about shaking it out and saying, is it dirty? Does it need to go in the laundry, or does it need to just hang back where it goes on the front of the stove? Right? I made a mistake. How about I just fix it? Instead of me beating up on me and saying, oh, I came up short again. Or I didn't pull the shower curtain across. I left it up over here and now it's going to get all moldy, and no, I need to go open there. The little things start piling up if we don't express them. The little things keep piling up if I don't address them. And that's how the big things, that's how they become big things, right? I ignore it. I disregard it. I don't give something the love and attention that it needs, some inner issue that I have, I don't give that the love and attention it needs, eventually it gets a little bit louder. And it gets louder and it gets louder until it gets to a point where it kind of blows up in my face, and now I have to look at it. We are called to see ourselves as this divine presence. We are told in the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes the following: a practitioner, and in this sense he's saying a practitioner of our philosophy, not a practitioner. A practitioner must be filled with a spirit of divine compassion. The only guarantee of our divinity is in its expression through our humanity. I love that. The only guarantee of our divinity is in its expression through our humanity. Can I make room for it? Can I make way for it? And I believe that the way we do this is by embracing our humanity to such a degree that we hold it as our divinity, as one and the same, not separate. Because when we start holding things as separate from, then we start breaking everything starts breaking apart. And what we teach in the path of compassion is the path of inclusion. Like I said, the path of compassion is about the integration of the human and divine, not holding them as being separate. Having care and concern for ourselves, having care and concern for others, not concern such that we're worried about something, but concern in the sense that we are holding the others in our world in high regard. That kind of concern. Everybody matters. Everything matters. When I look in the mirror, can I look at that person with tenderness and care? Can I look upon that person that I see in the mirror with care and kindness and love? And I pour into myself to such a degree and allow myself to be poured into by others to such a degree that when I am in that place of giving, I am giving from the overflow. Right? We talk about this a lot. Let me pour into myself, let me be poured into by others, and let me pour into each other and continue that cycle, right? So that it's a never-ending flow. So that I don't have to worry about there being a limited amount, because there's really not. We are living, being, and expressing in a universe that is limitless. So that compassion, that care, that love that I'm looking to experience and to express is sourced from a place that is infinite and limitless. Tenderness. This is an Ernest Holmes, actually also an Ernest Holmes definition. Tenderness, the sympathetic union with people, real compassion. Real compassion. So we come to this place of care and concern. We come to this place where we are called to love and care for one another. That's why I chose the song I did this morning. Because that song, the story, a little bit of the backstory about that song was that it was born as an outcome from the COVID shutdown, where all of a sudden mental health became this huge issue for people. And the writers of the song all, have that going on. We all have, to one degree or another, I think. And so it's very much about mental health and being willing to have space for all of us in our quote unquote brokenness. It's not really, in our incredible variety. To hold space for others as they are, to be loving and caring and accepting of people as they are, to not see people necessarily as broken, but as maybe just cracked open a bit so the light can get out and the light can get in. It's a little bit of all of it. See, with having compassion for myself, having compassion for others, puts me in a place where I'm vulnerable, puts me in a place where I'm open, puts me in a place where I have to stay open to be connected, right? That's what we want. What people want is to be aware and conscious of the connections. We know the connection's always there. It's just a matter of whether we're conscious of it. Am I aware of it? When I'm in presence with others, am I really present? Can I let that armoring drop just a little bit more? Can I allow myself to be a little bit closer? To be conscious, to be present, to set aside any preconceived notion I may have, and just be here now. Ram Dass writes this about compassion. He says, as we grow in our consciousness, there will be more compassion and more love. And then the barriers between people, between religions, between nations will begin to fall. Yes, we have to beat down separateness. How able am I to practice that kind of compassion? Where I look out upon a world that I live in and not see separations. Where I'm looking for reasons to connect rather than reasons to depart. Where I'm looking for those places, where can we agree rather than where we disagree? And is it okay if we don't? And is it okay if we disagree? Sometimes, yeah. Is that okay? Because compassion keeps us conscious of our connections. Compassion allows me to look at things and maybe not place my meaning on something, but be willing to listen and really hear what the meaning is for the other person that I'm in relationship with, and have space for that. To really be present and listen. To hear without being threatened. to listen with a heart open, to listen with love, to listen with care. All of that to say compassion matters. Compassion is a key component, a very key component of what we have to work with. Because it allows us to stay present, it allows us to see wholeness, it allows us to see variety rather than diversity. It allows us to see a tapestry of differentiation rather than just differences. To see how everything weaves together, how it all fits, and where I fit within that. See, because in my own little world, this is it. And your own little world, this is it. And we intersect. And we do this dance with each other. We come together, we go away, we come together, we go away. But we're always connected. We're always having an impact on each other, whether we're aware of it or not. We're here learning and growing and lifting each other up and making it easier for the people that come in behind us. Somehow, I know that we are looking for a way to get closer and to really dance and celebrate with each other and see how wonderful we are, individually and collectively. How wonderful, how full of wonder can I be? Right? We play with words. We like to play with words. How full of wonder can I walk in the world? Look out here and say, well, I mean, how does somebody think about making cinder block? As I look out, as I look down the hallway, I look out the door, I see the wall over there across the walkway. I said, who thought of that? And what made them think of that? Or concrete. I never bothered to really stop and think about who came up with that. And what was the genesis of that? Does it really matter? Yeah, to the extent that I walk on it every day. Thank you, that person who created concrete. And what does all this have to do with compassion? Compassion says, I care. Compassion says, you know what? You matter. I matter. We matter. We make a difference. And whether you're feeling 100% or 60% or 20%, I can hold space for that. I can stay open and stay present. And if you want me to just listen, I will just listen. If you want me to celebrate with you, I will celebrate with you. But I will show up with you in connection. I will show up with you I will meet you where you are. And we can rise up, we can stay present, whatever it is. But I will be present with you. Because I know that's what I would want. So I'll close with this quote from Lao Tzu, from the Tao Te Ching. He says, I have just three things to teach: simplicity, patience, and compassion. These three are your greatest treasures. Simplicity, patience, and compassion. I like that. And so as we close, here's the assignment for this week. The practice for this week is very, very simple. This week, let us choose to walk in the balance of loving ourselves just as we are, while knowing there is still more for us to become. Take a moment as you pass the mirrors in the world, or any reflective surface. Pause and say to yourself, or even out loud if you like, I love you just as you are. In addition, extend the practice to others in your world. Pause from time to time in the presence of others and silently say, I love you just as you are. Out loud or just quietly, as is appropriate. You never know. You never know. Maybe just that thing that person needs to hear. But I love myself just as I am, and I love others just as they are. I think that is very much at the heart of compassion as we know it today. So let's pray. Oh, no, wait a minute. I forgot to do Q&A. Oh, quickly, Q&A. Any questions before we pray? Questions today? Comment, question or comment, either one.
I think the Oxford Dictionary needs to include it saying, and ourselves.
Yes, I'll write them a note. I'll drop them a note. They may appreciate that. They may not.
The difference between separateness and individuality.
Yes.
You don't want to stamp out individuality.
No, just separateness. Yeah. Is that it? Okay. All right. We're going to pray then. We'll make it short today. That's okay. We can do that. How wonderful. How wonderful it is that we get to come together here this morning. We get to join together in the awareness and recognition of the power and presence that is this infinite spirit, divine life, universal mind, love, peace. It is in this and it in us that we express this life. We join together in a consciousness of unity. And as we go forth into this day, we are awake, aware, and alive to this loving presence expressed as each and every one of us. We go forth into this day and the rest of this week, living love, living compassion, expressing joy, and experiencing a sense of wholeness and wonder that says life is good and very, very good, as each and every one of us. We set aside any sense of separation and embrace love. And so compassionately we go into this day and this week, trusting and knowing that all is well and that life is good and very, very good. And so we let it be. And so it is. Okay. All right, friends. Okay. Now's the time for our grateful giving, where we participate in the ever-growing and expanding cycle of abundance and prosperity that is available and present for each and every one of us. There are a variety of ways to participate in this. Ernest Holmes writes, I know that my good is increased and multiplied as it is scattered. I am both an inlet and an outlet for the passage of divine love, life, and power wherever I go. Then I shall impart the divine blessing which I have received. So we could donate online. There's a donate button there for you on our website. You can make that donation a one-time donation, a regular donation that comes out at a cycle determined by you. We also, if you're paying by cash or check, we do have a tithe and offering envelope you can use as well. We also have Money Finders. Money Finders is a wonderful way to become more conscious and aware of the serendipitous occurrence of prosperity in our lives. Something unexpected, unplanned for happens that blesses you with money over the course of the week. Make note of it. 10% goes in the envelope, 90% stays with you, and we just begin becoming increasingly aware of the flow of abundance and prosperity in our lives. If you participate in the Zelle, that's a new thing for us lately. The last few months, donating with Zelle, that's available as well. All right, friends, if you're comfortable, hold that gift over your hearts and say with me the affirmation. I am an open channel through which prosperity flows. I accept the divine flow of goodness, ideas, and substance through me now. I'm grateful for my full and prosperous life. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
All right, and we are so very, very grateful for the abundance and prosperity that has been shared with us here today. Knowing that we receive it as a blessing of life, of love, of joy, of prosperity, and abundance. Knowing that as we receive it, it is pressed down, shaken together, and running over in an ever-expanding cycle of health, wholeness, prosperity, and abundance. And so we let it be, and so it is. All right. All right, just a few notes this morning. If you'd like prayer today, I'll be available after the service, after things settle just a little bit. Or you can leave a written prayer request in a prayer box out in the lobby or on the website online prayer request form. So there is that. Reminder that Reverend Jill and I are also available for spiritual coaching. If you are ready to make some changes in your life, we can help with that as well. At the front desk today, sign up for the West Valley CSL Men's Retreat in May, and Joe's Joe's fundraiser event, dinner and a show on May 11th. This will sell out. It did sell out last year. It will probably likely sell out again this year. So sign up today. So great. And thank you, Joe, for doing that. Looking forward to it. Next Sunday, we will complete our April series with our final tool of the trade, as Reverend Jill talks about how to engage in sacred study as an avenue of illumination. All right, looking forward to that. So if you stand with me for our closing affirmation. I live in peace and share my joy. I am empowered by spiritual truth. Today, I love myself just as I am, and so it is.
Let there be peace.
I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love.